family, look at the screen. We have officially hit a 6-figure milestone in just a few months. A few months ago, I was showing you guys my 70K portfolio. And today we are up over 20% on all our total investments. We aren't just talking about numbers today. We're talking about $25,000 in gains. This video is for everyone who told me that a 22, 23, 24-year-old couldn't build a concentrated high growth portfolio while finishing an MBA program and transitioning out the military. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm holding, why I'm holding it, and how the 75-25 split between my long-term shares and options is currently moving the needle. But before we get into the receipts, as y'all like, let me introduce myself. What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Femi Abdul. For the new people, let's get the background straight. I am a 24-year-old retired veteran. Just turned 24 last month. Thank you for all the wishes. I've got 6 years of logistics management under my belt. And right now I am a full-time student finishing my MBA in operations and supply chain management. I am not a trust fund kid. I did not grow up rich. I am just a high ambition individual who realized that if you're smarter than the average person and you stay disciplined, you can retire in your 30s. We are out here making chicken as fast as possible, and I'm taking you along for the ride. My strategy has definitely evolved. My high level strategy currently is the 75-25 split, which has definitely evolved from the last time you guys saw my video. I used to have about 15 different positions, and it definitely was too much noise. Now I am hyper concentrated and long-term focused. Equities are currently about 75% of my market value, and it's mostly in heavy hitter stocks. This is my sleep at night money, where I can just consistently have my cruise control on my options. I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, and options were about 80% of my portfolio at some point in the past year. But now options are about 25% of my portfolio, around 30 grand in options. And this is how I have been able to outpace the market despite all the ups and downs. And there were a lot of downs in the past year, but this is how I've been able to outpace the market despite all the downs and volatility. My options are currently up about 12%. This balance allows me to benefit from the massive moves in tech while having stability in about 100 shares to fall back on in specific companies. My winners, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's dive into the deep winners. Let's look at who's carrying the team right now, y'all. My MVP, ASML. I only have 5 shares of this company, but the growth is ridiculous. We literally doubled our money on this play, and that's the power of picking a narrow winner in the semiconductor space. My anchor right now is the newest large acquisition, which is Amazon. About 100 shares of this position currently. This is my largest individual equity position by value, sitting at about $30,000, and we are up 25% on this alone. And like I told y'all in my last video, I am not selling a single share of this at all. My growth engines, we have Nvidia and Google. Nvidia, we are going to be stuck together for life. Nvidia was my first 100 share position, and I believe it's going to be my last because I don't see them going anywhere. While my Nvidia position is up 45%, my Google's also up almost 50%, which is what happens when you buy the dip on companies that basically run the world. Now, it definitely isn't all green. As you can see, Microsoft on the board, we are down 7%, about $2,000. Am I tripping? No, Microsoft is a heavyweight. Actually, about a month ago, we were down 25%. So being down 7% on a long-term position is just buying an opportunity to me. I am currently holding about 65 shares, and I am probably going to add more to get to 100 count by sometime next year. So My thoughts and my path for my next goal. The next goal is to definitely get to a 200K portfolio. I recently just hit, and I feel like I am finally going to secure this 100K portfolio, but I'm not stopping here. I'm about to start my new procurement role, which I'm really excited about. And every single paycheck is going to be going towards filling out these positions. I want 100 shares of Microsoft at some point and 100 shares of Google. If you're watching this and you're still at that 5K or 10K range, keep going at it. It took me about 2 years to get to where I'm at right now. I have lost over 6 figures a couple times, and you live and you learn, but you have to fail fast. And it happened way faster than I expected. Discipline is everything, but consistency is more important. Now let's talk about the options deep dive. This is how we are accelerating the chicken as fast as possible. 25% of the portfolio that keeps the engine revving. Options. Let's get into it. As you see on the screen, we've got over $40,000 sitting in option contracts right now. Most people see the 12% gain on options and think it's small. But when you're playing with a cost basis of 36,000, here's the current strategy that I'm using to keep this green. Like I mentioned while I was in Osaka in my previous video, I am moving away from the daily stress, 0 DTE gambles, monthly gamble. I am buying strictly leaps or close enough to leaps in contract sizes. That gives me the right to control these big boy stocks like Microsoft and Nvidia for a fraction of the price. My initial investment rule. While you might notice my total cash shows a negative balance of $45,000, don't let this scare you at all. That's leverage. I'm using the value of my equities to fuel these option plays. It's definitely risky, but it's about being smarter than the average person. I'm making the bank's money work for me to capture about 20% total account gain. And this only works with aggressive profit taking. Remember my rule from the last big win? At one point, Netflix was up about 60%. I had 2 positions. I sold one for profit and re-entered. Simple as that. So I don't get greedy. If a contract hits a specific target, like when I closed the Netflix position for 50% in profit, I redeploy the chicken into something safer or more long-term. This is how I went from a 70,000 portfolio to a 105,000 portfolio and to a $105,000 portfolio in 11 months. See, this 25% in options isn't gambling. It's a calculated move because I'm a 24-year-old full-time MBA student starting a full-time position soon. I don't have time to stare at candles as frequently as I did. I need positions that can breathe if the market dips. My core 75%, Amazon, Nvidia, Google holds the line when the market rips or dips, and these options are what's gonna push me to my 200K goal in no time. But I do want to emphasize, when you see this $45,000 cash balance that's negative, this is literally just leverage. In the Army, we don't go into a mission without a backup. My 75% positions are my backup. My options are the strike team. And with the fact that I am starting a new role at Raytheon in under a month, I need this portfolio to be as automated as possible. If you want a full breakdown on how I'm playing the options or my logic on these specific tickers, leave a comment below. If you're a high ambition individual, consider hitting that subscribe button. Help me get this video past 100 likes so we can keep the community growing. Also, consider joining the Discord community that I just recently created. Link in the description. Check me out on socials where I try to keep you guys up to date on all my goals and updates with the portfolio. At Femi Abdul on Instagram and Surfils TV for my personal stuff if you want to see the unserious version of me. But without further ado, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay motivated. Peace and love, baby.